everyone, and a very warm welcome to BNSN The Weekend Edition. I'm Mubina Kapasi.
Hi everyone, I'm Avanne Dubash, and today on the show we've got lots lined up for you. So let's run you through what we will be discussing. First up, some stock queries that we've gotten on Apollo Tyres. We'll also be talking about Tata Communications.
And in a portfolio segment, we'll be discussing SS Mukherjee's portfolio.
Well, straight to it, let's bring on board our experts who will be helping us out this entire half hour. AK Prabhakar, Head Research, IDBI Capital Markets, is with us on the fundamentals. And we've got Sachitanand Uttekar, Technical Analyst, Equities, Motilal Oswal on the technical side. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Straight up, let's take in our first email query for the day. This one has been sent in from Govind Raju in Andhra Pradesh. So let's get in his query. Well, he's bought close to 800 shares at a price point of 40 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should hold or sell with a time horizon of the next 6 months. Well, recently it's been in the news as UBS came out with a report maintaining a neutral stance on the stock with a target of close to 180, saying that there was a weak Q4 despite the commodity tailwind the company didn't deliver. They also spoke about how the EBITDA margin declined by about 30 basis points despite the low raw material prices. And UBS expects that the negative reaction based on the current results is likely to continue for some time, although the rise in rubber prices as well as other raw materials does remain a key risk. Well, Apollo Tyres currently quoting at about 160. Let's get in a call then as to what here our investors should do and what would you advise on the fundamental side, Mr. Prabhakar?
I will advise the investor to hold. I have a target of 185 rupees for the stock, and there is no major growth if you see the last 5 years. No, but the margins have been improving because of the lower rubber prices and lower crude oil prices. That is the only factor which is supporting the tire thing. But tire industry has corrected recently due to some fears of rubber prices going up and crude prices going up and China dumping also. So I think those fears are overdone. So again a target of 185 in the stock is possible. So hold on for now. No, but it is not a very good long-term pick. You have a tenure of 6 months. In 6 months, I think a recovery is possible in this sector.
All right, hold on for the next 6 months and watch out for targets of 185 rupees is what Mr. Prabhakar is recommending. But Sachitanand, coming on the technical side of Apollo Tyres, this last week we have seen this stock go up by about 4.7%, pull up, the 1 month chart and the 3 month chart as well and see the kind of patterns that has indicated. Well, 1 month it's been more or less flat, just up by about 3% odd. What would you advise our viewer to do? He is making some money over here. He has a time horizon of 6 months.
Well, absolutely, yes. 2015 has not been a good year for this particular stock. But 2016, yes, we have seen some stable moves out here. 145 has acted as a very good base, and twice we have seen a good rebound from this particular base. Even right now, the stock is placed at a very sweet spot. We expect a move right up to 180. Probably that will be one particular level where he has to review this particular stock. But I think keeping a stop loss at 140 would be a prudent strategy right now, and he can continue holding on to its long positions.
Okay, that's the advice coming in on both the fundamentals and the technicals that you can look to stay invested in Apollo Tyres. Next up, a query coming in from Varun in New Delhi. Well, this one comes in on Tata Communications. Let's get straight to the question then that is being asked by our viewer Varun from New Delhi. Well, 151 shares of Tata Communications with an average buy price of 368 rupees. Question is, should he hold on or sell? It's a fairly long-term horizon that he's looking at for the next 3 years. Well, the average buy price is about 368. The stock has been in the news in the recent months, talking about selling their African unit Neotel for close to $428 million. They also put their ATM business on the block. Bofa ML came out with a report viewing that very positively. They maintained a buy with a target of 232, saying the South African business will help pay debt and that the FY17 debt to EBITDA is likely to improve 2.2 times, as well as the sale of the unit will be beneficial. Well, 464 is where the stock is currently perched at. Let's get in a view then, Mr. Prabhakar, within the telecom space, which is battling with quite a few regulatory hurdles, etc. Do you think that Tata Communications rather, on a kind of undertaking a move such as this, is likely to be a good candidate in the portfolio?
Telecom as a sector has been doing very bad, and Tata Communication in the last 5 years, now it has made profit in only 1 year, and I think a business where they don't earn, I think I will not be in. So I have a sell on Tata Communication. I advise the client to shift on to companies which generate high ROE, high margins. Now Power Grid is one stock which has been consistently growing in the last 5 years. So shift to Tata Power. I have a target of 208, and in Tata Communication you are having profit. So if you are having a 3-year horizon, then shift to stock which is performing very good and which is generating cash, free cash flows also. So I think better go to stocks where it is debt free, or which is generating free cash flows, instead of being in a high debt company where you are holding the stock on hopes. The Tata Communication has 700 acres of land, but nothing has happened here.
Oh, rightly so, because if you look at the charts at Tata Communications, it's not really moved much, and that's why Mr. Prabhakar is advising that you exit Tata Communications and replace it with a stock like Power Grid. But Sachitanand, coming on Tata Communications, we haven't seen the stock move much. Even if you look at it in the last 1 year, we've just moved by about 2 or 3 odd percent. What's the kind of movement you expect in the next 3 years? Do you concur with Mr. Prabhakar that, the investor may just exit the stock?
Well, absolutely, yes. If you look at last couple of years, the stock has been oscillating within a tight band. 500, 450 has been a critical area for the stock. On the lower side, 350 has been acting as a very good support. So it has been mean reverting within this particular band, and it has still not found a breakout kind of a scenario. Even right now, if you look at some of the strength indicators on the weekly scale, they are indicating exhaustion. So it's a good ideal scenario wherein we have already seen the stock outperforming for the last 4 months within the sector. So it's a good time where he can switch over to something like an idea which is now looking stable within this particular pack. But definitely yes, 465, 450 is a good level where he can exit his holdings.
Okay, that's the word coming in, that it would be preferable to exit the stock. You had the option of Power Grid or even Idea Cellular, but the consensus call on Tata Communications is that it's an exit. Quick break right here on the show. Stay with us. On the other side, SS Mukherjee's portfolio is what we'll discuss.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into BNSN, the weekend edition.
Well, let's get straight then to our portfolio advisor segment. Well, today we're discussing Mr. SS Mukherjee's portfolio. Here's his profile. He's 66 years old. He's retired, got 12 stocks and a 2 to 10 year time horizon. Time to walk you through what's in the portfolio. First up, Ajanta Pharma, 20 shares at 985 rupees. Alembic Pharma, he's got 25 shares at 445 rupees. Moving on then to Capital First, that's in the portfolio, 372 is the buy price. He's got 10 shares of Britannia at 1765. Finolex Industries close to 50 shares, bought at 283. 100 shares of Granule India at 109. Moving on to Inox Wind, he's bought it at 238 bucks. Marico at 219, just about 70 shares. From Midcap IT, 30 shares of Mindtree at 639 rupees. Steel Strips Wheels features on the list. He's bought it at 452 rupees. Suprajit Engineering, 100 shares at 135. And finally, Yes Bank, 25 shares at 741. A portfolio that's very concentrated on mid-caps. Let's get in Mr. Prabhakar's view on the first 3 stocks. What's the call then on Ajanta Pharma? He's also got Alembic Pharma as well as Capital First at 372.
Ajanta Pharma has shown a very good growth in the last 5 years, but it is a very expensive stock, and now the margins and the growth are getting tempered. So I think it is better to shift to Alembic Pharma, where the growth has started to come, and 50% was the growth year on year basis last year. So now it is trading around 15 trailing P. Forward it is trading at 12. So I think shifting to Alembic Pharma will be better. We have a target of 700 rupees for Alembic Pharma. So exit Ajanta Pharma, shift to Alembic Pharma. In Capital First, it is a very expensive stock. But if you see the growth in the last 2 years, they are growing at 50% top line. So when growth is there, you cannot exit the stock. So hold on to the stock. I have a target of 680 rupees for Capital First.
Okay, that's a call coming in on these three stocks. But let's move on and get in a check on the next three stocks that are in his portfolio. Britannia, his buy price is 1,765 rupees. Clearly, our investors making some good amount of money over there. Finolex Industries as well, no exception to that. 457 is where the stock is currently purchased at, and he's bought in at 283 rupees. And Granules India, 109, again making some money. Mr. Prabhakar, what would you advise our viewer to do with these three stocks?
See, Britannia, after the restructuring process, they have their margins, EBITDA margins have improved. Their margins were below 6%. Now almost they are near 14%. I think margin expansion is the main play, and they have introduced lot of product. So I think Britannia as a hold from my side, target is 3,600. And Finolex Industry, we have a coverage, and we are waiting for the result. Our previous target is 467, which is very near. Maybe post result we might increase our target. So I think hold on to the stock. They are doing very good, and with government focus on agriculture, I think the pipe industry will do very good. Granules India, we have a target of 200, and the company is doing very good. They have acquired one company, where we have a re-rating on the company. So Granules India hold for a target of 200 rupees.
Okay, so far so good. The recommendations are that you should stay invested in these stocks in your portfolio. Some more mid caps. Let's get to Inox Wind. 238 is the buy price. Marico, what's the expectation from the sector in terms of volume growth and earnings? And how does Mindtree look within the mid cap IT space?
Inox Wind energy per se I'm not too bullish, because you need lot of space. Now lot of wind energy plant has been installed in India. Now space has become a constraint. The real estate cost has gone up, and now the height of the thing has to also be increased to get more power. So I think solar will replace wind energy. So now Inox is doing very good. But going forward in the next 1-2 years, whether this will sustain, the order book is likely to increase or not is a questionable thing. So I will suggest the investors should shift from Inox Wind to Sundaram Fasteners, and for Sundaram Fasteners I have a long term target of 300 rupees. In case of Marico, FMCG as a sector is likely to do good, and if GST is passed in the near term, then FMCG will get a re-rating also. So I have a target of 350 in Marico. And Mindtree, there are few concerns in IT as a whole with Britain exit, now election in US, but Mindtree trades at a premium to its peers, and they are the first entry into the digital space. I think Mindtree one can hold for a long term target of 900, but expect some volatility in the next 6 months in IT sector, post which I see more clarity coming to the sector.
Okay, that's a view coming in. Inox Wind, you can sell that one, but hold on to Marico as well as Mindtree. Now let's get in a check on the next three stocks in his portfolio, starting off with Steel Strips Wheels, which he's bought in at 452 rupees. Not much of a movement seen over there from his buy price. Suprajit Engineering is the next stock, 135 rupees is where it's perched at. And Yes Bank, 741. Clearly, investors making some good money over there. The stock is currently at 1,179 rupees. Mr. Prabhakar, come in on these three stocks then.
Steel Stripe, I have not been tracking very closely, but when the IPO came in 1990 around level, now I've seen that thing. They make wheels for all things, including car, trucks. So almost 17 million is the capacity, and they are doing very good. So hold on to the stock. I have a target of 550, but I'm not very clear on more details about the stock, but I still like the stock. Supratik in the engineering, they are doing very good. They have taken Phoenix Lamp recently. So no, there is some disturbance in their ROE after taking over Phoenix Lamp. Their ROE has come down from 34 to 20. So, but no, it is a process. Once you merge a company, there will be some disturbance. But going forward, I am very positive on Supratik Engineering. I have a target of 250 rupees. Yes Bank is our coverage stock, and Yes Bank has been growing from strength to strength. So I think Yes Bank is a hold from our side, and our target is 1250 for that stock.
Okay, that's the advice coming in on the entire portfolio. I hope you've taken note of all the recommendations given by Mr. Prabhakar. An important disclaimer from our end that this is only a model portfolio. You must consult your individual investment advisor before taking any investment decisions. Quick break right here on the show. Be right back with some top ideas. Thanks for staying on with us on Buy Now, Sell Now Weekend.
All right, and let's get in a check on the markets then and what really went down with the Nifty this week. And we did see quite a good week actually in the Nifty. Take a look at that. 2.6% is where we rallied. We were able to cross over that crucial 8,500 mark. So it was fairly a good week for the Nifty, and I think it was in tandem with the way the rest of the globe performed as well. We saw the US markets hitting a fresh record high. So no surprises there that the Asian markets as well performed well. But let's get in a view then on the markets and what to expect. Where's the way going forward for the benchmarks? Sachitanand, come in on the Nifty. What are the key levels that one should map when you look at the benchmark?
Well, it has been a very good week. We have seen the critical level of 8400 being breached by a gap up which started this particular week. Now, if you look at the overall momentum, we have not seen a very strong momentum post that, but a level like that breached by a gap in fact is a very significant one, and indicating that there is an incremental strength in the ongoing trend. We expect this particular move to stretch right up to 8700, and it will be a critical juncture wherein we may see some kind of a profit booking or a sideways consolidation. But so far the trend looks positive. Another 100-150 points could be added to the tally in the coming week.
Okay, that's the view coming in on the index. Sachitanand, then take us through some of your top ideas for our viewers.
Well, if you look at capital goods, this particular segment has been in the limelight. We are seeing a fresh flag kind of a formation. So from the pack, we have L&T, wherein we expect a mature consolidation and a breakout to pan out soon. We expect the stock to rally right up to 1710, and stop loss can be placed around 1540, and long positions can be initiated. If you look at the auto sector, which has been a very consistent one, we like Tata Motors, wherein we have seen a fresh breakout from a consolidation. A stop loss can be placed around 484, and we expect a move right up to 535. So these would be our top ideas for the week.
Okay, those are some wealth creation ideas coming in from Sachitanand. But Mr. Prabhakar, come in on somebody who has a more long-term view on the markets. What would we advise him to invest in?
I like Power Grid and City Union Bank. Power Grid, the turnover, the top line was 10,000 crores in 2012. In 2016, they have made a turnover of 20,000 crores. It has doubled in 5 years. And if you see the net profit margin, it is almost 29%. So any business having that kind of margin, and if it can double in the next 5 years, I think that is one business one has to be there. So I think in the next 3 to 4 years, this stock can double from current level. So I have a strong buy on Power Grid, and the other stock is City Union Bank. The NIMS of this bank is almost touching 4. The highest is HDFC Bank, followed by I think City Union Bank. NIMS of 4% is a very good NIMS, and asset quality also has been maintained. And almost they have 500 branches, and they are in the expansion mode. And with lot of news doing around that small private banks will be taken over, this stock offers a very good potential, and it can be a doubler in next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, there you have it. Some wealth creation ideas as well as picks on the charts that Sachitanand is bullish on. And with that, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out and joining in and sharing with us your views on the markets, as well as helping out our viewers. We wrap it up right here on the show. Thanks for watching.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.